right. Let's check our sound here. We are broadcasting for just a very short time. A little introduction, a little bit of background, some thoughts on the 03 Air Unit. I'm pretty dang blown away by exactly what DJI was able to do with this thing. And we're going to talk more on the details of this during the live stream tonight on Thursday night, live with Chris and Kai. So get on Lone Star UAV's channel tonight. I can imagine we'll have a few things to say about this. Get into the details, the dirty details of this thing. But should you buy it? That's really the question. I think we're going to get into those things, but I am really happy with the evolution of this and the possibilities that this allows. And one of the biggest problems that I have is familiarity with your controller, having stabilized video without any crazy additions, having to change the weight of your drone because you want to add a better video source to it, throwing GoPros on it. This kind of ends that. And I think it's really important that we have this step. And DJI produced it. The goggles are amazing. We got OSD. So we have basically the things that we really want with this new Air Unit 03. I put down a list of of things that I thought of when I first saw it come out. First of all, the range. Now, remember, your range is limited to your battery power and how far you can fly it, but you're not limited as to how far out you can see. So I remember your battery, that 10-kilometer range is only as good as the battery you throw in your long-range quad, but that is really amazing. The Betaflight OSD, very impressed, and a lot of people are using the goggles, goggles too, and that'll be really interesting. Is the basically adding Betaflight into my flight experience, because one of the things I'm having problems with right now is being able to see my on-screen display material, and having the OSD in your DJI goggles is an absolute godsend. We've been waiting for that. The other thing I liked really a lot about the first introductions that I was seeing was the onboard recording, that you can get this small amount of onboard recording. 20 gig is small, but especially when we're talking 4K 60, but it is really a nice addition. Basically keeping up with the USB-C connectivity. The other thing I really thought was unique was the single antenna, design, that we can basically simplify it. Everything simpler is better. And I thought that was very cool. The 50 megabit video transmission. actually did a video today. I haven't put up yet, but I was out pretty good. I was out well over a mile. And that video transmission really dropped, especially when I got in some really rough areas, but it remained steady on my goggles. Very, very impressed with that. So the stabilized video, OSD, rock steady, horizon leveling, built into that freaking DJI camera is absolutely a game changer. And I've been waiting for this. I've been hoping for it, and we got it. And I'm so cool. It's so cool. I'm so excited. Did I order this thing? So his dad random ordered this thing. Absolutely, I did. The second it came out. So I'm excited. I'm gonna have this puppy on a quad in a couple of days. I'm gonna fly it over Thanksgiving, and I am really super excited. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? I would say the only things that I see that what I would consider to be are a little bit troubling. Not troubling. It's just some things that you could be disappointed. Can you be disappointed? Really, no. Because if you look down there, it says not much else I'm very disappointed in. Obviously, we haven't gotten the bugs out of this yet. I haven't heard any bugs yet. But since this is so early, we just have not gotten any bugs identified yet. So I'm hoping to see, if this thing meets all of my what I would consider to be things I wanted. And number one, stabilized video, getting rock steady and horizon stabilization inside of this thing and putting it in any of the quads that I can get it. Now, getting over to the not so good part. Definitely, we'll probably discuss the mounting issues, and hopefully we get through all of those things tonight. Remember, we're going to be on tonight at 4:30 my time, Mountain Time, and Central Time. We'll be on at 5:30. But we're going to hopefully look at some of these things. We'll look at some of these small details, some of these specs, and there are a lot of specs. By the way, there are a lot of things to consider on this thing. So we will be looking at some of the specs tonight. We will get into the dirty details. Probably the big thing that I think that hasn't been said much about is mounting. They talked about shock mounting, making sure that you take care of the dampening, because there's a certain amount of vibration that you can get. So I think there'll be a lot of jello coming up. I think that a lot of footage of some of these newly mounted cameras could include a little bit of jello. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We don't know yet. But we'll know soon. On none of the video I've seen, I've been complaining about. I haven't seen anything that has been a red flag yet. Definitely the camera is much more vulnerable. It's bigger. The lens is bigger. So in the DJI Avata, they've got these nice brackets on either side of the camera. But the camera is larger, and basically a f1 over 1.7 sensor basically it's the best camera that DJI puts in all of their devices. That camera is in a bunch of different things. I believe it's in the Mini 2. It's in the Osmo Pocket. So those things, I love that camera. I love the footage of it. I love the details. Will this thing accommodate the old DJI controller? That would be nice. I like that controller. I like the size of it, but I'm not unhappy that I have to use the controller too. Not a problem with that. So I'm not having any of those what I would consider to be. I'm not thinking about that. When I made my purchase, it was like easy. I was like, I want that. The price is right. I think the price point really surprised a lot of people. I think that $230 price point really is something that really just rocked the world because it's so inexpensive to basically move over from the Air Unit 1 to the Air, assuming you want to do that. Now, one of the things that I think a lot of people haven't really talked about is that it's only a 2S. It's only 2S capable, so you're not going to be able to put this in a micro build. And if you want to go micro, you're going to have to go walk snail. You're going to have to go caddx, because there is no micro as of now for this. So this is a 2S powered device, and introductory price. Kai's so freaking negative sometimes. We'll see, because he'll tell you a whole bunch of stuff. The other thing is I think what we need to get into tonight, Kai, is the transmission frequencies. I think Bardwell got into that, and I think you're going to be able to articulate that better. So I'm going to leave that for tonight. Looking at transmission, because when you're selecting your transmission frequencies, you're still interfering with each other. So if you're flying with somebody that's not flying DJI, it's not compatible unless you follow certain rules. And I think the next step forward will be to identify and to create a specific set of rules. And I think Kai has already done that. But this is not just in Kai already said this is not something that's just it's not a done deal, meaning that you're not going to be able to just get it, throw it in your quad and fly it. You're going to have to do a little tweaking. And I think a lot of us, are not too worried about that. I'm not worried about tweaking it. I really am. I can shoehorn this freaking thing into anything I want to fly. I'll figure it out. So I think that'd be the only thing that for me you know, when I look at my not so good things, and the ability to get it into what we call that micro build space, or at least the sub 250 space, is doable. I think at 36 at 36 and a half grams, it really does give us the space we need. And when it comes to weight, it's not quite a Vista, but it's enough. And it brings us way more than what a Vista is going to bring us. So anyway, I just thought that I would bring up these facts, these things that I thought were things that would benefit the FPV community in the digital world. So I'm very excited. I couldn't wait, but we will basically hit, and I think we should hit all those things, Kai, tonight. I did actually highlight a bunch of different ideas, things that we can maybe bring up as discussion points. The differences between the Goggles 2 versus the DJI FPV Goggles V2. There's differences there. But a lot of people, we also have a lot of additions to the new set, the new goggles. So I'm very, like I said, you can tell I'm very excited. I'm really, really excited. I got something to look forward to that's not a GPS quad, that is going to give me what I would consider to be some fun. So guys, if you have not, please like and subscribe. If you have not, please, I would appreciate you to hit the like button if you would. Join us tonight. Remember, 4:30 and 5:30 Central Time. Get on to Lone Star UAVs. We'll check this thing out. We'll dive deep into what I would consider to be the most important thing that's happened to FPV in just the last month. Now, there's been a lot of big things, okay? The whole Avatar walk snail thing is an amazing step forward. This just added an extra leap of excitement because of the stabilized footage. And I knew it was coming. I knew they were going to do this because the Avata has it, and I knew they were going to pull the air unit out of the Avata, and they were going to we were going to be able to use that. I just didn't know how. And all I can see now is it is going to be killer. All right. So have a good one, guys. I am checking out. Check us out later on, like I said, Lone Star UAV's channel. Please like and subscribe and check out as much of the material that you see. Go on to Dobo, go on to Bardwell's channel. Bardwell hits a lot of really cool questions and answers within his material. I think Bardwell's probably the best one out right now. So check those out and get on. And then as soon as I start to know more, I'm going to share it with you. So appreciate you popping in. This is a recording, and I'll make sure this is a recording so everybody can check it out. But yeah, this is the good to me, the good and the not so good, I think. And there's very little stuff on the not so good list at this point. November surprise, excited for it. Thanks, DJI. And I'm out of here, guys. Hope you like my new intro, by the way. If you have not, check out the intro. Go back to the beginning. I've added some cool things. I've thrown on some what they call overlays. That's an overlay right there. So those are going to be kind of fun. That's for little bit of downstream overlay stuff I've been adding. So, all right. But if you have not, let me go back to the main scene here. Let me throw on, actually there's a really cool
DJI
install that
AIR UNIT
video that DJI
installation
has. Go check out
instruction.
those videos on DJI
Before
site.
first use,
But it talks
install
about,
the
it shows
DJI
you how,
AIR UNit onto your
this thing
aircraft with the
installs.
following steps.
And kind of what it looks
First,
like, and
plug
the
or solder the
tolerances and things like that. You have to
3-in-1
understand
cable
these
to the
are
corresponding
pretty
connector
good-sized
or solder
builds.
joint on your flight
So there'll be a
controller.
little bit of squeezing in.
Next,
there'll be some,
install the Air
there'll be
unit
some
on your
adapters
aircraft
that
and
we'll
make
be
sure
making,
that it
so
is
this
installed
definitely
firmly.
going to be a 3D
It is
printer's
recommended to
paradise.
install the Air unit to a
But this is,
well-ventilated
looks
position
like
near the
a
propellers.
typical build frame.
Then,
frame
use
size,
4
like a
screws
5-inch
to
build.
fix the camera
So,
module, and then
all
adjust
right,
the camera
so
to an appropriate angle.
That's
The mechanical vibration of the
yeah,
frame may
so that's
cause the
pretty cool
camera
right there.
screen to shake.
alrighty.
In this case,
But
please
there it
try
is
to
right
install
there.
a damping
There
bracket
is
and
that,
attach soft
what I would
rubber to
consider
reduce
be-
camera vibration.
Just get that on there. But that basically gives us
Create
this idea of what the build could look like, and you can see that is actually a little adapter. You can see that as a 3D print put between those two standoffs. That's actually a good way of dealing with some of the issues. But how does that affect the camera field of view? We don't know. All righty, I'm out of here. Later, see you later. 4:30, 5:30, Central and Standard. Or Central and Mountain, sorry about that. I'm out of here. Bye.